bring those to the August meeting as a recommendation for approval. So, Dr. Guy, I'll turn it over to you at this time.
All right, thank you, Dr. Barker. I'd like to call your attention to your folder with the policy updates, and this, of course, is our annual overview of policy updates and changes. As you open your folder, on your left-hand side, you will see all of that. Those are our current policies, the way that they read. And to your right are the revised, updated, and changes. I have 6 policies that I will review. Also, Mr. Horton, I probably could have him to explain and give you some details. If you have questions about anything, certainly feel free to ask me. I will begin alphabetically. Policy EEE, wellness. During our last state food and nutrition audit, it was recommended by the auditors that the school system update our current wellness policy. This policy, that the new one, replaces the current policy and provides a more detailed language and policy which will meet the guidelines set forth by the United States Department of Agriculture, or USDA, and the state of Georgia regarding school food nutrition, physical activity, and general healthy behaviors and student well-being, policy EEE. The next one is policy IDCH. That is dual enrollment. This policy formerly included the language "move on when ready." You'll see that in the current policy. "Move on when ready" will no longer be the terminology utilized, and the state of Georgia will now refer to this program as dual enrollment. Dual enrollment program is provided by the state of Georgia for high school students through the Georgia Student Finance Commission. You probably are aware that, of course, several of our high school students are enrolled with us in high school courses and also take college courses, and that is what dual enrollment entails. This policy outlines the requirements and provides information concerning the state of Georgia's dual enrollment program, policy IDCH. Policy IFBG, Internet Acceptable Use. The additional verbiage added in this policy, IFBG, clarifies the need for students to have a school district assigned email account. This email account will allow students to log into the school district network, log into the school district assigned devices, which we have are Chromebooks, and interact with Google Apps for Education Suite, which is utilized by our teachers in the school district to give assignments, quizzes, and lessons. Policy IFBG. Policy JBCD, transfer and withdrawals. As you very well know, the Coweta County school system has been granted unitary status and will no longer be subjected to the former consent order guidelines for student transfers. This policy has been adjusted to reflect changes in the Coweta County student transfer policy. Specifically, the updated policy will now allow for a student transfer based on the state of Georgia's House Bill 251, which was established in 2009. So we can now operate under House Bill 251. In this particular policy, you'll notice that it does have a window when transfers under House Bill 251 should be submitted. For this year, that window, of course, is closed, but all transfers that were submitted to this office in the month of June, we did take into consideration the guidelines that are entailed in House Bill 251. But policy JBCD, transfers and withdrawals. Policy JGCD, medication. I'm going to call on Assistant Superintendent Evan Fortin. He can explain this to you.
Thank you, Dr. Guy. The addition to JGCD would authorize nurses or other school employees to administer naloxone if available to a student who's having an actual or perceived opioid overdose regardless of whether the student has a prescription for naloxone. This is just giving our nurses another tool. We currently carry some medicines, albuterol and epinephrine, that nurses can administer under this policy without a prescription. State law allows for naloxone to be administered in much the same way. So we're just asking that we provide the school nurses with this tool, not in response to any incident or anything like that. We're just trying to be proactive where student safety is concerned. Also, our schools, we have a variety of people in and out of our campuses for events and things like that. It would be great to have this medication on hand in the event that it's needed. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Horton. Policy J